Hey everyone, Wally here. Buying property in Dubai sounds exciting, right? The skyscrapers, the luxury, the potential. It's easy to get caught up in the hype. But what if I told you there are hidden costs that could surprise even seasoned investors? Beyond the sticker price of your dream, Dubai property lurks a whole slew of expenses that can really add up if you're not careful. Let's get into it. First things first, let's talk about the Dubai Land Department, or DLD. This is the government body that handles everything related to property in Dubai, and they're gonna want their cut when you buy. We're talking about a 4% transfer fee on the total property value. That's right, 4%. And you gotta pay this upfront at the time of transfer. Every single property sale in Dubai is subject to this fee, so don't go into a deal thinking you can somehow avoid it. When you're crunching the numbers and figuring out how much you can afford, make sure you've got that 4% DLD fee accounted for. Trust me, it's better to be prepared than blindsided when it comes to these kinds of expenses. Okay, so we've covered the DLD fee, but what about actually registering your property? That's where the Trustee Office comes in. They handle the legal side of transferring ownership and making sure everything is official. Of course, this service doesn't come free. Expect to pay a Trustee Office fee, which will vary slightly based on the value of the property you're buying. On average, you're looking at around 4,000 to 5,000 AED. This fee basically covers the peace of mind that comes with knowing your investment is 100% legit. It's all about protecting yourself and ensuring a smooth, hassle-free transaction. Now here's where things get a little trickier. If you're buying a property within a community that's still under development, meaning the developer still has some control, you're gonna need something called a No Objection Certificate, or NOC. Essentially, this document acts as permission from the developer to transfer ownership of the property. They're basically saying, yep, this buyer is good to go. But of course, they're not going to just hand this over for free. NOC fees can vary wildly depending on the developer and the specific community. Before you even start seriously considering a property, find out if there's an NOC fee and how much it'll set you back. That way you won't be hit with any nasty surprises later in the process. Let's be real. Many people buying property in Dubai will use a real estate agent. They can be incredibly helpful in navigating the market, finding properties that fit your needs, and handling the negotiation process. But that convenience comes at a price, literally. Real estate agent commissions in Dubai are typically around 2% of the property price. So on a 1 million AED property, you're looking at a 20,000 AED commission. A good agent can actually save you money in the long run. Before you start working with an agent, make sure you have a clear understanding of their commission structure. Get it all in writing so there are no surprises later on. Alright, so you've factored in all the upfront costs, you've closed the deal, you've popped the champagne, congrats, you're a Dubai property owner. But don't think for a second that the expenses stop there. Oh no, my friend, this is Dubai, get ready for service charges. Service charges are annual fees that cover the upkeep of your building or community. Think of it like a supersized HOA fee. This covers everything from building maintenance, security, landscaping, swimming pool cleaning, and even those fancy amenities you love so much. Service charges in Dubai can be steep. These charges are usually calculated based on your property's size and the community's amenities. Factor them into your monthly expenses, just like you would with any other utility bill. Okay, let's talk about financing because chances are you're not buying your Dubai dream home with a suitcase full of cash. Most people will need a mortgage, and guess what? That comes with its own set of lovely fees. First up, you've got your mortgage arrangement fees, which are basically the bank's way of saying thank you for choosing us. Then, there are valuation fees to assess the property's worth, because the bank wants to make sure they're not lending you more than it's actually worth. All these fees can easily add another 1 to 2% to your loan amount. The best way to minimize these costs is to shop around and compare mortgage offers from different banks. Each bank has its own fee structure and interest rates, so it pays to do your research and find the best deal possible. So, there you have it, the hidden costs of buying property in Dubai revealed. I know it seems like a lot, but trust me, being aware of these expenses is crucial to making informed investment decisions. Remember, before you sign on the dotted line, crunch the numbers, factor in all the costs, not just the sticker price, and make sure it aligns with your financial goals. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you have questions, or want me to cover a specific topic in the next episode. See you next week.